The UK's food and agriculture sector is under growing pressure to address biodiversity loss, not just for the planet's sake, but for its own economic survival. A new report from the Food Foundation, supported by the Investor Coalition on Food Policy, representing $8.13 trillion in assets, warns that failing to protect nature is no longer a reputational issue, but a material financial risk. With UK biodiversity in rapid decline and government protections weakening, the sector finds itself exposed on multiple fronts. Agricultural productivity depends directly on healthy ecosystems, from soil microbiomes to pollinator species. Yet farming practices continue to erode the very systems they rely on. One of the clearest examples is the pollination crisis. The report estimates that a 30% drop in pollinator populations over a decade would cost the UK nearly $271 million annually in lost crop yields. And that's just one symptom of a much broader threat. Research from PwC suggests that without systemic change, biodiversity loss could shrink UK GDP by up to 12% in the 2030s, an impact larger than the 2008 financial crash or the COVID-19 pandemic. While half of global GDP is moderately or highly dependent on nature, only a small fraction of companies measure their biodiversity impacts. According to the World Benchmarking Alliance, just 5% of businesses assess their environmental footprint, and fewer than 1% understand their ecological dependencies. For UK food companies, this lack of insight poses a mounting strategic risk. Investors push for a natural capital mindset. Investors are calling for a major shift in how natural systems are valued in the food sector. Natural capital refers to the world's stock of natural resources like soil, water, and ecosystems that provide essential services such as pollination, clean water, and fertile land, all of which underpin the long-term viability of the food system. The coalition behind the report wants companies and financial institutions to treat natural capital not as a cost to be externalized, but as a core asset that demands proper accounting and management. This means changing how portfolios are structured and how risks are calculated. Rather than focusing solely on short-term returns, investors are increasingly considering the long-term stability of businesses operating in nature-dependent industries. As climate regulation tightens and consumer awareness grows, companies that fail to act may be left behind. Dietary shifts are one key area flagged for intervention. A move toward more plant-based consumption in the UK could cut projected species extinctions over the next century by more than half, according to the report. That aligns with a surge in investor interest in plant-based foods, regenerative agriculture, and sustainable supply chains. Corporate governance also comes under scrutiny. Just 2% of businesses have board-level biodiversity or climate expertise, an oversight that limits strategic decision-making. Tools like full supply chain traceability and nature impact assessments are becoming baseline expectations. Regenerative farming practices and plant-forward product innovation can offer brand differentiation, operational resilience, and long-term cost savings.